Dear learners, hope you are well. Today I will talk about agriculture studies of class 8, chapter 2, agricultural technology, and lesson 1, use of various technologies in agriculture, application of urea super granules in rice cultivation. Now I am reading from text and please listen attentively. Invention of technology is a continuous process. Invention means innovation, creation, discovery. Technology means the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. So, invention of technology is a continuous process because scientific research continues and new invention arises. Once a technology is released, it continues for few years. When a technology is released, it continues for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years or 10 years. Then other better technologies are invented. After that, the better one or better technologies are invented. People adopt those new technologies as per their necessities. According to their necessities, people accept those technologies. For example, fertilizer is a chemical technology. What is fertilizer? Fertilizer is a chemical or natural substance added to soil to increase its fertility, to increase its growing power. Since long period, farmers have been using improved fertilizers for a long since supply nutrients to the plants. Since long period, farmers have been using improved fertilizers for a long period supply nutrients to the plants. In order to supply nutrients to the plants, farmers have been using improved fertilizers. In the same way, old technologies are always replaced by new technologies. Here repeats the same theme that when technology arrives, then old one is avoided. Now I like to read from lesson 1, application of urea super granules in rice cultivation, use of various technologies in agriculture. Concept of urea super granules. Urea means a kind of chemical manure or fertilizer, most of which is nitrogen. Many kinds of fertilizer are used in rice cultivation. In order to cultivate rice, farmers use many kinds of fertilizer. Among these, urea is the most vital nutrient that contains nitrogen. I have already said that urea contains nitrogen. For the convenience of application, granular urea fertilizer is converted into urea super granules by machine. Naturally, urea is produced in granular form, but in order to use it betterly, super granules are produced by machine. There are pictures of urea super granules and granular urea. Necessities of urea super granules. What is the necessity of super urea granules? Necessity of using urea super granules arises from the limitation of using conventional granular urea fertilizer. Here conventional means traditional. Farmers usually use normal granular urea, but this is exceptional. Limitation of using conventional granular urea fertilizer. Therefore, at the beginning of this lesson, the advantages and disadvantages of using conventional granular urea are discussed. Later, the advantages and disadvantages of urea super granules will be outlined. Advantages of using granular urea fertilizer. Granular urea fertilizer is very easy to use. Its utilization does not affect plant roots. Granular urea does not affect plant roots. It is available in the market. It is always found in the market. It takes less time and labor to use it. It also takes less time and labor to use it. To apply this urea fertilizer, less time and less labor are needed. Disadvantages of using granular urea fertilizer. What are the disadvantages of using granular urea fertilizer? Granular urea needs to be split multiple times for application. It is needed to apply different times. There is possibility of leaching loss due to quick decomposition. Here leaching loss means leaching loss of nitrogen. Decomposition means rotting, decay, spoilage. This urea dissolves quickly with water. This fertilizer can be washed out from the soil with rain or irrigation water. When heavy rain falls or irrigation water overflows a land, then this manure or fertilizer is lost. Utilization of this fertilizer takes more time and effort, and when you try to utilize it, it needs more time and effort. Now, advantages of using urea super granules. Urea granules need to be used only once in a season. A farmer has to apply it for only once. Using urea granules save 20 to 30% of the nitrogen. Nitrogen saves here because the granules are produced into soil. Urea super granules supply nitrogen to the plant slowly. These granules gradually or slowly supply nitrogen to the plant. Using urea super granule can produce 15 to 20% higher yield, and this kind of granule produce 15 to 20% higher yield. More rice, more paddy are found using super granules. Now, disadvantages of using urea super granules. There are also some disadvantages. Plant roots may be affected. In this process, plant roots may be affected. Desired granule size is not always available. Farmers do not get granule size which they need. It cannot be applied in dry soil, but in dry soil it is useless. When some farmer or any farmer uses it in dry soil, then this urea does not work. It takes more time and labor to apply it. In order to apply it, this super granular fertilizer, it takes more time and labor. Dear students, no more today. Thank you.